Hello to the gamers. I am live. We'll do the dulls. We'll do tape to tape, and then I don't know. Tape to tape is like a flexible length segment. You don't know how long it goes. Sometimes you lose two quick ones. Sometimes you go all the way, and it takes 2.5 hours. We'll see. For now, just let me stretch. Let me get my heart rate down a little bit. Ooh, ooh. And yet, yes, if you're not familiar with the title, they call them the dulls. And really, I don't know if they call them the dulls. Really, I call them the dulls. I don't know if anybody else does. I don't know what Apollo calls his segment. He probably calls it Apollo's Daily Puzzles. Did you see Apollo and his friends at Topgolf? I've never been to Topgolf. It looks like a lot of fun. I've also barely swung a golf club in my entire life, so I'm not gonna hate on anybody's swing. I'm not gonna insult anybody's form. For all I know, well, let me put it this way: one of the first time I think I went golfing, it was for a work team building exercise. So everybody at the company, their tee shot, everybody watched it. It was like a celebration of being at the event. And my first ever golf shot from the tee, I missed it on the swing and then caught it off the tee when I brought my club back after missing. So technically my first drive ever was like -2 yards. So I'm not really in a position to be backseating anybody else's golf swing. I work at a tech company. I used to work at a tech company. Okay, good save. And as a team building exercise, we had to stare into a coworker's eyes for 5 minutes without speaking. This must have been last year when Jerome Powell started tightening rates, right? Let me guess. In 2020, the team building exercise was everybody goes shopping for Range Rovers together. 2023, we all go out and share one small McDonald's French fry. Not an order of small McDonald's French fries. The smallest French fry in the order. How's Peloton today? You don't even have to ask. I don't F around. Ask Oliver, ask Reed. I'm like clockwork. Day 1, 90 minutes, 190 watt average, roughly. Day 2, weight work, core work, 30 minutes, 190 to 200 average. Day 3, we're back to day 1. We're going A, B, A, B, A, B like the world's worst limerick. Core work, I sure hope it does. Classic. That's classic. Yeah, I would say I 1v1 the guy on the Peloton today. I forget his name, but his name was like his college alma mater plus like his job. Age 60s, but this is what really got me. Hashtag like Caribbean dad bod, and then location was Turks and Caicos, which I barely even know where it is. And then his picture was like him shirtless, kite surfing. And I said, not today, motherfucker. You are gonna be humbled today. So he was up on me. He had started a little early. He probably started like 3.5 minutes earlier than me. He was up on me by about 50 watts. Let's just say when his ride finished, he was 10 watts ahead of me. I high-fived him, beat him by maybe 45 to 60 in the end. I did not receive a high five back. He exited, which is very there's no graciousness there. But either way, welcome to the show. I don't know how things go in the kite surfing community. Maybe people just let you win. On the Peloton, you're going to have to go a little harder than that. You're going to have to pump out a few more watts than that, okay? Also, I mean, this maybe is not fair, but I'm going to get a lot of +2s for it, which is dangerous. But I'm like innately distrustful of anybody that is from the United States of America or Canada and then moves to like a tax haven in the Caribbean. I think we just had value differences, and for that reason, he had to pay. Non-destructively, just on the bike. Does Jersey count? I think in Sip's situation, I think it's okay because he moved there for love. He loves money. Hey, what are you gonna do? But like if you marry somebody who's from Jersey, or let me just say they just happen to be from Jersey, and then you move to Jersey to be with them, that's the most beautiful situation of all. You get a guilt-free reason to move to a tax haven. If you move to Jersey as a single man and then you find a bride, I'm beating you by 50 watts. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're riding the Peloton in Jersey, you better put hashtag like I met my wife before I moved here. And then I'll go easy on you, okay? Then I'll chill out. I'll be like, let him, give him a couple of extra watts. He probably didn't get his cafe ube this morning. Didn't you move to Canada for Kate? What the hell are you talking about? First off, Canada, not a tax haven, unless you're moving here from Sweden. Secondly, I moved to Canada because that's where my mom's vagina happened to be when I was fucking born. And the rest of her, for that matter. What are you talking about, my man? I was born here. I didn't move here. She moved here. She didn't move here for me. She moved here basically like, you know, against her will when her parents decided to move here when she was like 10. I've been here the whole time, except for like that 1 year when I taught ESL in South Korea. How come you don't have the Canadian accent? Because I grew up in a rural area of Canada and then decided that I didn't want to be associated with that kind of debauchery as I got older. So I willfully took away my Canadian accent so I didn't get made fun of on Xbox Live voice chat. But yes, in my high school, many people, including Mouth, sound a little bit like going out for a rip. Oh, come off it, you turkey. Does anybody in Vancouver have a Canadian accent? Hey, I wanted to, any motherfuckers here from Burnaby? Know your place, okay? I was out, so I mean, I should probably get started with the content. I'm from the big city, okay? But let me just put it this way. I know that Burnaby would never be caught dead doing this. Before I turn right, I actually have to check my mirror and my blind spot in order to make sure there's no cyclist that I'm about to hit with my car and kill, okay? I know in Burnaby it's not like that because the infrastructure is inhospitable to people trying to get some exercise. That's probably why 1 in every 3 people owns a Ford F-150 on lease. I shouldn't have said owned. My mistake. Can you guys just fucking chill out and just realize that you're not the big city? You're the small city that I go to get a little taste of nature when I'm sick of living in the concrete jungle that somehow still has more green space than your city. Make it make sense. It's just flat concrete. Anyway, long story short, my ass going to Lougheed Town Center, okay? Trying to buy a little beanie baby for my kid because she lost her other beanie baby, okay? I'm in a mall parking lot. I am driving in the mall parking lot, maximum speed 10 kilometers an hour, okay? I go to look to my left to see if there's any spaces in the parking bay. 1/8 of a second of glancing to my left, a pickup truck behind me hits me with the horn. I say, okay, I didn't realize that the Dairy Queen is closing soon. You got to get your chicken strip basket. Everybody just relax. I slow creep it forward, maybe like 4 or 5 more parking bays, because Kate says this isn't where we want to be in the mall. We don't want to walk through the mall that much. Let's go to where we actually want to be. A new pickup truck behind me does exactly the same thing when I look to see if there's a parking spot. Bitch, nobody lives there. What's the rush? It doesn't make any damn sense. In Vancouver, when a taxi honks at me and tries to get me to run over a pedestrian that's crossing the street when I'm trying to turn right, I get it. They're on the clock. Your ass, it's a Sunday. It's like the most beautiful day of the year. Just relax. It's the mall. If you had some place to be urgently, you wouldn't be here. No one's like, I gotta get to the mall. I gotta get to the mall. Unless you work there in order to make the payments on your Dodge Ram 1500, in which case you should have left 5 minutes earlier. I mean, in Vancouver, if you're 5 minutes late, okay, fair enough. There's lots of people. In Burnaby, if you're 5 minutes late, holy cow, world's most insane planner. I mean, we've been through this before. I don't respect when people honk. The only acceptable time, there's a few. There's 2 acceptable times to honk. Panic honk if somebody's about to merge or turn into your car to say, hey, wake up, bozo, don't hit me. Polite 1/8 of a second honk if somebody doesn't realize that the light has turned green and they're still sitting there. Any other honking is basically just like you never learned how to manage your emotions and you're mentally 12 years old and you want everybody else to know that you're mad. Like you want someone to feel bad that you're mad, which is like heavy little brother energy. Anyway, let's get started with the dulls. I previously said of all the cities surrounding Vancouver, I mean, Burnaby's got some great Korean food. It's got a couple of, malls with stores. You've heard of them. I'm just saying, you're putting yourself on notice. Don't make me go out to Richmond. Richmond is sitting there. They got a Costco. They got great Chinese food. I could easily switch my allegiance to Richmond in a heartbeat. At least, like, sometimes in Richmond I do get honked at, but most of the time I get honked at, you then see the car do something so insane that you don't take offense to it. You're just like, this person does not know what's happening. It's like a bird squawking in your face. You're like, come on, buddy, you're a bird. Relax. Am I going to take offense when a bird caws next to me? Like I'm just going to the grocery store. Always nice on a Monday to see the returning cast of characters. Hello, REM poster. Just waiting on Scath Eyes, I'm sure. /marker. The dulls. They call them the dulls. They're anything but. I do have to say, I'm dangerously close to the Zelda drip today. I am wearing the red old merch drop with the katakana on it, and I'm wearing khaki shorts. They're not cargo shorts, but it's very close to the Legend of Zelda midnight release outfit. I didn't notice until I put it on today. But basically, I got to do some laundry. Dan cosplay? No, those would be if I was wearing like some black Nike basketball shorts. I think Dan's a basketball shorts sort of guy. But once you become a father, or at least like the age of a father, which I know like could be 16, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I'll say 31. No longer, I was not much of a fashion judger to begin with, but no longer will I judge you at all. I think it's crazy out here that people are still taking shots at dudes for wearing socks and sandals. Like it's just, sometimes you wear socks because you like socks, and then you got to go out into the garden. You're going to take your socks off to put sandals on every time so like some 17-year-old kid doesn't blow up your spot on TikTok. Who cares? Oh, no, socks and sandals. Oh, this guy's got equity. Get on the bus, okay? Who cares? It's just footwear. I got more important things going on in my life. Where are we going with this? It's just, if any dads out there are still like, oh, I like sandals, but I also like socks. I'm just so tired of taking my socks off every time I have to put my sandals on so I don't get made fun of like some high school kid. Just get over it, man. Just wear socks with sandals. If somebody goes, what are those? Pull out a $50 bill and say, hey, what is this? I don't know. Now we're just class shaming. But you shouldn't shame anybody for any reason. So one good turn deserves another, okay? If you didn't want to be class shamed, you shouldn't shame dad's footwears. Okay. They export $10 billion, $325 million of animal hair, copper, iron, gold, coal briquettes, feldspar. I mean, so there's a lot of mining, and there's animal hair. I feel like this is Central Asia or Africa. These geographic locations are not necessarily my strong suit. Let's start with Africa. I'm going to say it's Zimbabwe. Isn't that where Mount Kilimanjaro is? I'm sure there's a lot of copper in Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay. It is going to be Central Asia. That's fine. Now we know. Let's go, call me crazy on this one. Let's go Mongolia. That is not crazy. That was an incredibly good guess. Well. Good start today. They should make a Tradle for fictional places. Yeah, I'm sure ChatGPT is on it. Hey, by the way, I think I figured out, I think I teased apart some nuance in why I'm so annoyed with AI, or in AI posting. I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not AI's fault. Maybe it's just that the most vocal proponents of AI are not people who go like, hey, I use ChatGPT to like automate incredibly mundane rote tasks in my life. You don't see too many people like that on Twitter that are like, I had an hour of busy work and I cut it down to 5 minutes thanks to ChatGPT. It's always like, hey, what if the future of movies is they never make you feel things you didn't ever expect to feel? What if you just typed in the movie you wanted to see? What if Bill Murray and Paul Rudd pretend to be married to each other to go to outer space with Captain Jean-Luc Picard? Like, that's the shit that irritates me. If you use ChatGPT to help you fill out like a spreadsheet or something like that, I have no problem with you. It's only if you're like, the Hollywood is about to change forever. ChatGPT is now capable of making the worst fucking TV shows you've ever seen. Imagine if you could make a show that where Boba Fett made out with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Bro, Disney's gonna come out with that in like 9 months. You don't even have to get AI for that. Episode 1, people will be like, this is the greatest Star Wars ever. Episode 10, they'll have like 1% of the people who started the season actually finishing it. You know how it goes. I'm saying as human beings, we're more than capable of making shitty media ourselves. We don't need a computer's help, okay? We don't need to guess Mongolia on this one because it just doesn't, it doesn't border enough countries to be useful for us. It's the, you know what? Mongolia is kind of like when you get a sandwich on an airplane. And you're like, whoa, Korean barbecue sandwich? That sounds delicious. And then it's 2 enormous buns and just like one little Mongolia-sized piece of Korean barbecue beef in the middle. And it's like either 80% fat or 80% gristle. But it's like all bun. So I'm going back to Algeria, which I think is a reasonably good first guess. Holy cow. Okay, 740 kilometers. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Take me to France. France is adjacent to the correct answer. Take me to Italy. Italy, closer than France. Take me to, did we have Switzerland the other day, or am I crazy? Did we have Switzerland the other day? Switzerland, it's not Switzerland's cooler. I don't think, it's definitely not going to be Spain. So maybe it's Monaco? Monaco! Danger to manifold. Okay. So far, so good. Paw Patrol Heroes Unite, on sale now June 3rd and 4th in Kingston. Okay, the cookies are getting closer. They're getting better. I don't live in Kingston. I was there a couple weeks ago. So I do have a child who likes Paw Patrol. Whenever there's a problem in Adventure Bay, I don't really, she doesn't know all the lyrics. Then she just goes, Marshall, Chase, Sky, Zumba, Rubble. This looks to me to be the east coast of Africa. I am blanking here. Hey, this, I don't mean this to be insensitive, okay? I'm looking at chat. It's not insensitive, it might be ignorant. Does Somalia still exist, or has it been changed? Like, did it become Sudan and South Sudan? It still exists. Okay. It's not Somalia. Somalia is right on the Horn of Africa. So this then means we are across the Arabian Sea. We're on the Arabian Peninsula, which means this is, one of them is Oman and one of them is Yemen. I think this is Oman. It is Oman. Always remember from playing the Mamluks in Europa Universalis 4, on the Arabian Peninsula, one of the corners, like 8 o'clock must be Yemen, and then like 3 o'clock is Oman. U4 taught me geography as well. EU4 was the geography class that we never had in North America. I'm not being facetious. I was like pretty smart in school. If you gave me a map of Europe in 2006 when I graduated from high school, and you said, well, if you said, where's Russia? I'd be like, it's right there. If you said, where's China? I'd be like, it's right there. I'd know Japan. You know, I'd know Australia, Canada, America, Mexico, et cetera, et cetera. If you said, where is Czechia? I would have to tap out. I would be like, I have no idea. Now I know. 5-year-olds know that? Yeah, in Europe. 5-year-olds in Europe be like, j'ai besoin un pain au chocolat, s'il vous plaît. 5-year-olds in North America be like, mommy, pass the Cheetos. You know, we're built different over here. So true, so true. Okay, I'll insult Europe later. Just enjoy it while it lasts, okay? Some place in Canada did build a large statue of a Cheeto like this year. So like I don't have a leg to stand on. Okay, a Paramount Pictures movie, probably a comedy based on its anemic gross after a month. Action, crime, comedy. Any chance this... Now, I feel like The Heat did better at the box office because I heard of it. Let's see, actor 1, Mark Wahlberg. This could be Dad. I feel like Daddy's Home would have Will Ferrell as first billing, but let's give it a chance, okay? Actor 2, Dwayne Johnson. Here we go. I don't know. I just don't know it. Their American Dream is bigger than yours. Every The Rock movie that's a comedy, the tagline is always like, this guy is big. One of the guys is small, and one of the guys is a lot larger. Oh, you know what this is? This is Pain and Gain. That's actually a good movie and a decent tagline. Okay. I was trying to, I just pictured like the big Netflix logo, and it's like, you know, a mild-mannered accountant has to enlist an ex-convict to help him rob a bank in order to pay off his mortgage, but you wouldn't believe what happens next. I know what happens next. It gets a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb. And then Netflix is like, we lost so much money, we need to crack down on password sharing. Okay, this one. We've got a great run so far. A relatively high, well, like a decent grossing animated movie. Good legs, you know, negative 16% is a great holdover. It's been in theaters for like 2.5 months. Let's give me a tagline first. Meet the first modern family. Is this the Croods? I don't even know what the Croods is, dude. It's the Croods! It's in my head, I was like, is it the Jetsons or like the Flintstones? And then I assume the Croods is a movie about cavemen. Is that correct? Is it a spin-off of Ice Age? Look at that cast. So true. $135 million budget to make the Croods. Meet the first modern family. Oh, you have the plot right there. You're absolutely right. The prehistoric Croods family live in a particularly dangerous moment in time. Patriarch Grug, his mate Ugga, teenage daughter Eep, son Thunk, and feisty Gran. Dude, I don't want to read anymore. I'm already sold. Anything else I read could just spoil me. When a more evolved caveman named Guy arrives at the scene, Grug is distrustful, but it soon becomes apparent that Guy is correct about the impending destruction of their world. He's not Guy? You don't think this is the Croods is French-Canadian? You didn't know that? Sorry, I forgot it's an American movie. Guy. Wait, I closed my stat screen. Where were we percentage-wise? We got so Croods pilled. 77? That's really good, right? It's not 23? That's great. Let's go! I love Box Office Game when I do well at Box Office Game. When I don't do well. Where were you when Box Office Game was kill? I was at home watching the Dulls that are anything but. When Yu Watanabe called and said Dulls is kill, I said no. Ben Affleck is not in any of these other... Matt Damon's in Interstellar, though. And Matt Damon is in Deadpool 2? Matt Damon is in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Cast? Matt Damon cameos! Oh! I didn't know Matt Damon was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Sometimes you just got to cook a little bit in Cine 2 Nerdle. Is a cameo? I don't really like the... Listen, I'm not a hater. If you like it, that's fine. Reality has vindicated me over time. I don't really like Kevin Smith movies. Clerks is really good. Mallrats, I can't get over the fact that I watched it for the first time in like 2019 or 2020. It is not aged well. Let's just put it that way. Maybe it was really funny at the time when it came out. I'm not hating. I really enjoyed Dogma when I saw it as a child. And then I don't think I've liked a single Kevin Smith movie since then. I never saw Chasing Amy. I never saw Jersey Girl. I did see Zach and Miri make a porno. I did see Red State. Clerks 2 I saw in theaters with someone who was a super fan of Clerks 1. They thought it was the funniest movie of all time, and I agreed under duress. I didn't think it was horrible, but I was like, I don't get why this is so funny. Also, one thing I remember about Clerks 2, took a shower, shaved, put on my nicest Zelda Triforce shirt and my cargo shorts, picked her up, drove her 30 minutes to the movie theater. The movie's like 81 minutes long. It's like the prep to go see the movie was like 4 times longer than the movie itself. I don't really want all movies to be 3 hours long. We're like 81 minutes, man. We're like, come on. I like a 2-hour long movie. If I'm seeing it in the theaters, I like a 2-hour long movie. Once you go over 2 hours, I feel like you have to justify yourself a little bit. And when they get to 3, we're definitely... It better be as good as Avengers Endgame. Also remember that Men in Black 2. I saw that in theaters with my friends. The shit was literally like 91 minutes long. It's like the original cut came in at 87 minutes, and they're like, buddy, people are not going to pay for an 87-minute long movie, so they added like 4 minutes of the pug farting or something. Okay, so what do I know about Volver? I know it's phrasing. I know that it has Penelope Cruz. I've seen this. If you need a fucking freaky dude in your movie, this is your guy right here. This is the guy you pull into a gas station in like a small town. It's you and 6 of your hottest friends on the way to like a cabin in the scary woods or something like that. And like, hey, the road is out, but yeah, we'll just take the back way. This is the guy at the gas station who's like, what are you doing here? Hey, I'm trying to find a way to get to Hill's Manor. Hill's Manor. That's a name I ain't heard in a long time. You don't want to go that way. But if you did, there's an old utility road. Just keep your wits about you. You might just get out of here alive. You wouldn't happen to know the score of the football match, would you? Never mind. It's all fruitless now. Now, the ads... I did look up shirataki konjac because I wanted to explain to my mom when I was in Kingston what the worst food I've ever eaten in my life is. See, this is what the robots don't get right. They don't understand the context for which I looked things up. I looked things up to show my mom the worst food I'd ever tasted. And then they said, hey, yeah, they don't get hate searching. Exactly. I'm not even buying real pasta. There's no way I'm buying shirataki konjaku pasta. Come on. 4 words, 1999, a comedy drama that is hated by critics, loved by the audience. I don't have an answer for you immediately, but this is right in my demo. I'll call this 4 words. She frickin' hate me. How about he said, she said? Even the film's mild, candy-coated satire is eventually jettisoned in favor of an earnest plea for tolerance and letting people be who they are. First thing I'm thinking is Office Space, because I know it's the right era, but it's not enough words. We'll pass this one. We'll call this one Gregory's Adventure. We'll call it El Bulli, Cooking in Progress. First time feature director Jamie Babbitt's pink drenched comedy is amusing and good natured but necessarily thin. Is this But I'm a Cheerleader? Oh! Not a lot of people were sniffing on that one. Such a good movie. Let me blow your mind right now. I've never seen it, but I do remember my parents watching it when I was a kid. I believe it is about a high school cheerleader who comes out to her parents, and then they send her to like anti-lesbian summer camp or something like that, with unexpected results, with comedic results. The audience loves it. The critics, the Shlomo Schwartzberg did not enjoy that for boxoffice.com. She cleans up, not gonna lie. What do you mean by that? She cleans up like the way you do before you go out and see Clerks 2? Or she cleans up like the way you do at a poker table? Both? Okay. People are biking here. This must be like the 2010s. It's the same joke every time. I mean, there's horses and buggies. There's no cars whatsoever. I don't have an answer for you here. I think it's pre-1910. I'll give this like a 1904. 1905. He's no longer washed. We've had this exact image before. I wish my man would put socks on if he's on an important meeting, but that's okay. This is definitely 2020. I'll take my points. Holy cow. I didn't have this high school experience, but in today's increasing ages of isolation, it seems very funny that like you and your friend would go on a double date in your car and then just like make out with your partners next to each other. That shit is so funny to me. I mean, you're in high school. I get it. You have like limited opportunities for privacy, but like it's very, it's just funny to me. I don't have anything else to say about it. I just like I just can't imagine being like, hey, let's go on a double date. You pick us up, and then we'll both like, you make out on the hood of the car, and we'll make out on the trunk. And then at some point, I don't know, we'll just go home, I guess. And somebody took a photo. This definitely seems like Stranger Things era. Like, I'm going to say this is 1983. Oh! He's not washed anymore. 43-41. Holy cow. You know, it was the girl on the right. Her shorts just screamed like 1980s to me. Well, we got an interesting Housle today because we appear to be on Tatooine. Where are the two sons? I feel like there's like an obligation. Listen, I'm not the guy who's like your yard always has to look nice. But like if your yard looks like this, you have to paint your house or something. Like it's just too much taupe, you know? It's too much beige in the same area. It's not a hideous house. It's just like it is a RimWorld aesthetic. That's a great way to describe it. It does look like, it kind of looks like it's made of like turf, which is fine. There's nothing against it. I know I keep backtracking, but like, it seems like a nice house. It wouldn't surprise me if this is $1 million plus. Okay, it would surprise me. It's in Richland, Mississippi. Okay, I'm sorry to do this, but we're pulling it like way down. That's now too low. Okay. It's 5,300 square feet. It has easily the worst individual accent of interior design I've seen in Housle. It just says home and family offset like 8 feet above the sink. It's almost like there used to be one thing here, but like maybe this said like faith, but then someone had a crisis and they had to take it off the ceiling. I hate this, but just fine. I don't have to live here, okay? I try to resist just dunking on every house in Housle. There are times when I've been like, this house actually looks nice, but I do hate this for sure. Tub is off-centered. Well, yes. But I mean, like, you use the tub. You don't look at your tub. You know what I mean? That doesn't bother me. It's just the fact that there's, like, no contrast. There's no contrast outside of the house. There's no contrast inside of the house. It looks like when I design something. It's just like, well, you know what? How about white floors and gray walls? Cabinets? Thinking white. Can we just make every single fixture in the house exactly the same color? So it's like I'm in like one amorphous void with no delineating shadows or textures. What did I guess last time? I don't know. Take me up to 500. You know how the game goes. 1.35 acres, built recently. The office looks out onto a pool table. I mean, listen, it's not centered either. It's kind of like, it looks like you can still play without having to use like a sawed-off cue, which is okay, but I've never... usually this chair is supposed to be in the bedroom. Let's take 575. Still too low. Dude, I'm washed. Primary on main level with 2 closets. Guest suite on other side of main level. 4 more. 4 more what? 650? Save me? Today's Housle was a tough one. $799. I was really close with $1 million to start with. It hurts to lose a Housle though. You are a Housle serf. Okay, you're gonna laugh at this. I mean, it is 500,000 square feet. It is huge. This is Dr. Zaius from Planet of the Apes. First Planet of the Apes came out in 1969. Same year we landed on the moon. Heavy emphasis on we there. We's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Have to imagine this is Los Angeles. It just looks like Los Angeles. We'll call this 1969 Los Angeles. I'll put you closer to Hollywood, I suppose. It's 1967. I was 2 years off. Pretty close, though. I'll take my 9,600. This looks like Italy, based on the text. I'm not sure how well you can see that up here. I could be wrong, by the way. Chiuso Giovanni. It sounds Italian. Call this Italy, and the picture looks pretty modern. Let's call this Italy 2018. I don't know. I'm ignorant of like any recent flooding events, and you know, I mean, if any place is gonna flood, like maybe it's Venice. This is such a huge risk to go Venice on this one, though. It's so far away from the rest of Italy, man. Whatever. Imagine if it was right. That'd be crazy. Italy 2018. 2019 in Venice! Oh! You gotta trust yourself. You gotta put faith in yourself. This is Las Vegas, because the sign that you can't really see says Las Vegas. I like the idea that at some point jackpots used to be 2 words. It looks like a guy named Jack Potts just lives here. This has got to be Vegas like in the pre-Rat Pack days. Because when Frank Sinatra started lighting it up, it wasn't like a cowboy town. It was like, you know, they had like the flamingo and stuff like that. The Golden Nugget. So I say this is Vegas in like the maybe it's Old Vegas? Which one of you is Old Vegas? This is the Strip, right? Oh no, Paradise is the Strip. Old Vegas is probably... I don't know. I'm over it. Decided I don't really care. I put you over here, circa. Well, man, let's put you closer to Paradise. Like, don't be a fool. And we'll say this is like 1940. 46. It's 1955. Original location actually would have been better. It's still okay. 7368. Well, it narrows down the time, that's for sure. I have to... can I zoom in? So this is like the Reichstag at the Berlin Olympics. I don't know if this is the Reichstag. I'm assuming. I just like any opportunity to say Reichstag to show how worldly I am. It's 1933 Olympics, maybe 1934. This seems more, it's an even number. It's 1936, and we were right there. Well, I have no idea when this was, but this is I'm sure it's a pivotal photo. This looks like the late 1970s, and I just have to assume that this is like, I mean, this doesn't look like British regalia to me, but this does. This definitely does. So I'm going to say this is outside of Buckingham Palace in like 1976. I'll admit I don't know exactly where Buckingham Palace is. Yes, I do. It's right there. 77's fine by me. It's 1981. I'm pretty good. 92.63. I did not know that this happened, by the way. Yes, that is a gun. There's a gun? I don't know if the contrast is off here, but yeah, that's a gun. Final score? 45,981. I mean, that's also like, it's a pretty good TimeGuessr score. Apparently he fired blanks to try to spook the horse. Was this Looney Tunes ass? I'm not trying to get controversial, I'm just saying. Looney Tunes ass assassination attempt. And then the horse is going to run, and then she's going to fall off and like hit her head or something like that. Then he painted a mural that looked like the stables, but it actually wasn't the stables. The door was closed, and he put it over like a mountain. And then the horse will like run off a cliff, and it'll keep running even though it's off the cliff, and then it'll look down and hold up a sign that says like, uh-oh, and then it'll go, pew! Austria, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, Greece. Well, that makes a lot of sense as well. Still pretty good. We got a little streak going on in Tradle, which is rare for me. There's a lot of countries and not a lot of space. I'm not used to that as a North American. Me, when I'm North American and I have to wait in line for 5 seconds for anything, I don't know where I'm going with this one. Me, when I'm from the Midwest and I'm used to every restaurant being empty when I go in, and then I go to a restaurant and there's a lineup, so I immediately go to the front because I assume that something's wrong with their logistics and they need some help. Yeah, Vancouver's pretty line-pilled. Me, when I've never seen a line for a food before, so when I get to the place that has the food that I saw on Instagram and there's a long line, I ask the person in the thing that's a line, hey, is this the line? And then they say yes, and I go, wow. I mean, I'm saying that as a person, update queued, okay. It is 10 megabytes, that should be pretty quick. We took our daughter to something at the Vancouver Convention Center this weekend. It was called Jurassic Quest. If Jurassic Quest ever goes to your town, if you have a 2.5-year-old, you should go. If you do not, you should not go. It was very expensive. There's no real dinosaurs. One half of the room is just like a bunch of dinosaur models, like, you know, acrylic recreations of dinosaurs you can take photos with. And then like the other half is just dinosaur-themed bouncy castles. And I'd say, well, the highlight, we bought her a bubble wand shaped like a T-Rex, and she went crazy for that, which was great. But then also, we waited in line for literally like 45 minutes, which is fine. Like, we're pretty line-pilled here. We got phones. We're spending quality time together as a family. We waited in a line for 45 minutes for her to be placed into a little remote-controlled Jeep and driven in a circle around a pterodactyl like 3 times. It probably took 45 seconds for the entire duration of the ride to go through. It was so worth it. We had fun though. It was just fun to be there. Got some good photos. It was like $40 a ticket for adults though. And then there was also like You could get a bracelet that you had to pay extra to ride the bouncy castle. It was $8 a ride, or you could get an unlimited bracelet for $20. You, an idiot. I'm going to get the bracelet. It'll pay for itself super quick. Me, a genius. Nobody that works here cares about anything. I'm just going to buy a ticket. Every time we went to the bouncy castle, I just said, here's our ticket. They never took it. They looked at me like I was doing them, like I was insulting them by showing them proof of payment. So I just put that thing back in my pocket. Let my kid go on the bouncy castle and then, like, you know, run it back. By the way, apparently there's been an update. There was a bug earlier, so even though I won on expert mode, what used to be expert mode was actually just standard, and I was lied to. Now, I think expert mode actually functions as expert mode was intended to function. Scary thought. So we might be in for some increased difficulty. Or not! Turns out the one-timer's still a little OP. Huge play by the ref there. Yeah, it's just like the real NHL. The ref basically dictated the game. I gotta say, their defense has tightened up a little bit. Or maybe I'm just a little bit more predictable. I do be running the one-timer non-stop. We're out of here. Act like you've been there before. Show them the numbers. And we can beat you on offense. Let's show you we can beat you on defense as well. Oh, not necessary. Thank you. Send them. Send them. Please show the replays. We're not going to show the replays on every attempt. I'll show you, or on every goal. I'll tell you why. A couple of reasons. One is, I grew up playing online NHL. Watching the replay on every goal is a great way to get your ass kicked. It's considered very disrespectful to your opponent, especially if you're scoring exactly the same cheesy goal every single time. The other reason is because we're scoring exactly the same cheesy goal every time. You don't need to see all these one-timers over and over. Oh, that was like such a good setup, dude. Okay, well, it's fine. You can't score on every shot. Unless you're playing against Edmonton, as we've established. Literally, that man will never be the same. I love digital sports because you don't have to pretend to not enjoy bone-crushing hits. It's over. We're amazing. They should add X-rays to this. I have reached the age now for sure where I don't enjoy seeing a bone-crushing hit in hockey. I enjoy like a clean body check that takes someone off the puck. Whenever they're like, Jacob Trouba lights up Timo Meier at center ice, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. I just think like he's not gonna remember like his kids' names for 6 months or something like that. Oh! I'll watch this replay. You may not believe me, but I aimed it. This was a, that was an NHL 2K classic. Gain the zone, cut to the inside, and then you do like a cheesy little this, and then just slap it. They've never made goaltender AI that can handle it. I'm not saying this to be patronizing. I'm not saying it to be insulting. Are you guys sure that you fixed expert mode? Because I feel like Hafu playing Slay the Spire right now. What button allows you to climb into the stands and fight a fan? That's the Mike Milbury button. It hasn't existed on controllers since the early 2000s, unfortunately. I'm past you. I'm past you. Oh, I gotta work on that a little bit. I gotta work on... Oh, work on this! Oh! Is he... Oh, yeah, they call it back. That's fine. You know they're gonna call it back. We take those. Either way, we take those. I also... My favorite hockey moment, though, is when Steve Sullivan got hit by a puck or something, and he started to bleed, and then the fan in the audience did like the crying, mimicking of crying, and then later in the game, the fan got hit with a puck and was bleeding, and Steve Sullivan went over to the fan in the stands and did the crying face to them. It's like an all-time ESPN, TSN, top 10 times fans got owned moment. Oh! I'm controlling the pace of play. But keep in mind, they basically get one free goal anyway. Sometimes the fans do need to get owned. I'm with you. I've seen some pretty bad behavior at hockey games, man. I mean, did you see, like, it's not a joke, really. It actually happened. Did you see at that Coyotes game this year? There was a fight in the stands, and the dude got his finger bitten off? It's not a joke. He got his finger bitten off in the fight. Oh, I planned it. I said I'm going to aim at the pad so he gets the rebound, and then he scores on the rebound. Oh. BXA was in the crowd. Excuse me. Your Canucks knowledge is antiquated. That's not BXA that you're insulting. That's Burrows. Oh! You need to add a disclaimer that this game isn't as easy as you make it seem. Have we ever had that said about my gameplay and anything unironically before? He's doing a Fortnite dance. I had to say, I was telling chat before we started the slash marker here. We went to, I shot him 31-5. Holy cow. Sure, let me, benchwarmers gain a random shooting talent. We went to this dinosaur exhibit at the Vancouver Convention Center this weekend. Saw a little kid getting his photo taken next to an Apatosaurus. Equip the sword. 25 shot power, plus you get the on guard talent. The heck is on guard? I need to look at my team. Anyway, I thought Fortnite dances were dead. While the kid was getting his photo taken, he straight up hit the Fortnite dance. And it felt so good to see it again. It was like yet another nature is healing moment. Okay, you knocked out 2 of them. Good start. Goalie was in a great position there. We got to score 2 goals next period. Not 3. Not 3. Not 3. Not 3 goals. Thank you. Excuse me, with 0.2 seconds left on a little backhand flipper. I'm in trouble. I think, did they make a save that period? Like, did our goalie make a single save that entire period? I think he's a 0% save percentage. Edmonton's about to sign him to an $8 million contract in free agency. He's got to go. Okay, your fart completely neutralized my speed burst. Yo, the fart fucked up my one-timer too. Oh. You got to give credit where credit's due, man. And they played a great game. They counterpicked me. They took the Slardar to my bounty hunter. I say it's like a mathematical impossibility here. It's a mathematical impossibility. Well, dude, we're washed. That one we deserve to be scored on, admittedly. I do have to say, kind of feel like our goalie let us down a little bit there. We did unlock Gideon La Mustache, though. He's a referee. You got 6 shots. They were all high percentage chances. Our goalie let in 3 goals on 12 shots. That's, I don't know if you ever watch hockey, but that's no good. So we have 2 good defensive abilities then. You're not Gideon. Oh! Did you say anything about the Slovakia versus Canada match? I didn't. We don't really watch the World Championships here. Look at that Sedin-ass missed shot, man. That's crazy. But I did catch, like, the third period of Slovenia versus Canada. No disrespect to my Ljubljana viewers. I was a little stunned that, I mean, what did we won, like 5-2 or something like that? 5-2 against America. Well played, Canada. Well played. 5-2 against Slovenia. And they don't even have Anze Kopitar on the squad. Like, let's go triple sticks on the guy who throws his stick. Bit of a whiff. Good stuff. Control the rebound. Send them up. No kazoo required. Gotta give him credit where credit is due. That was a great save. Dude, kazoo is insane. Kazoo is crazy. What are you doing? I was holding as down left as it could possibly go to ring it around the rosy. And dude just said, no, I'm going to score on my own net. Like, what is that? Not a good use of the kazoo. Sorry, we got 2 periods. I got nothing but confidence. Get ready to move to Binghamton, buddy. What's the NHL's #1 poverty franchise? I don't like using that term, but there's a few, but there's no doubt it's Arizona. Like, it's right now Arizona, and I've got nothing but love for them because their jerseys are great, but right now they are playing in a college arena because they got evicted from their old stadium for not paying rent. Like, I don't know if there's another sport, like major sports franchise that's ever had that happen. It's at least not in my lifetime. Good check, little collateral damage. It's worth it. A little. Ooh, good poke. At the end of the day, like, it's just sports. Sometimes you'll be on like r/hockey and you'll see people like get into arguments for hours about like what's. Yeah, well, at least my team didn't XYZ in the 1930s. Yeah, well, at least my team doesn't play in a high school arena. Bro, you're not on the team. You're literally just a guy. So I don't know why you're taking this so personally. It's just like, I like to root for the guys in the blue sweaters. I like to root for the guys in the red sweaters. Well, we would everybody who... Oh, people who root for the dudes in the blue sweaters really be like, no, dude, no. Dude, all blue sweater fans are like this. I went to their subreddit to talk shit, and one of them told me not to do it. They're all like that. Anyway, hang on. We're chilling. Regardless, though, so like I'm not punching down on the Coyotes for any reason other than it's just humorous, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But Arizona also has, like, very limited success in their entire tenure in the NHL, which is now, like, almost 30 years. They made the conference finals once, I think. Even then, people were like, what? One time I was arguing with someone on... Oh, that was bad. One time I was arguing with someone on r/hockey, and they reported me for risk of self-harm. I feel like that just happens in every argument on Reddit now, right? Those days are behind me, I hope. But like every time there's an argument, there's now always like an edit to one of the posts that is like, oh, real classy. Report me for a risk of self-harm, huh? Just really in general, I think memeing about sports online can be very funny. I don't do it myself, but I read it and I say humorous. Like when Edmonton got knocked out, and like one of the top posts in the thread was like, I feel like maybe these Canadian teams just aren't built for hockey. They need to stop having gimmicks like having the best player in the league and look to the traditional markets like Florida and Carolina to figure out how to build a proper team. That's humorous. But actually, like, legitimately getting into arguments about sports that, like, ruin your night on Reddit is, like, the most cringe energy I could possibly imagine. Whenever I see, like, a 10 comment chain back and forth between two people who are getting like increasingly intoxicated, you're just like, what are you doing with your life, man? We cannot let great players continue to flounder in Canadian cities like Edmonton, Toronto, and Buffalo. See, that's good stuff. That's the Beaverton right there. We're just skating it in. You give me the zone, I take the zone. You don't put the zone on top, I send it back. I think it was Hard Drive that made that post this weekend. All 7 seasons of The Office exclusively available now on tenor GIF keyboard. That was an all-time banger of a post. I don't get it. The #1 exposure to The Office in 2023 is fellow millennials like myself using Office GIFs on the GIF keyboard. I don't even know what a GIF keyboard is. On Twitter, if somebody says something stupid, you type in Michael Scott, and then you just get the image of Michael Scott scowling. Or if somebody says something like that deserves congratulations, you give them the one that's like, the girl from The Office, I recognize the hand motion is not what you might have been looking for. Maybe it was what you were looking for there. But she's popping the champagne bottle. They're both the same image, etc., etc. Jim dressed as Dwight. I like The Office too. I'm just saying, it does end up being a little overexposed in the reaction images. I use them myself. What a grab. Kill some time. That was not who you're supposed to pass it to, you piece of garbage. No. Yes! Why is Dwight Schrute in the stands? Haven't you seen The Office Season 2? When Michael Scott takes everybody ice skating for team building exercises? What do I type in the GIF keyboard to see that? Type in Michael Scott body check and I'm sure it'll pop up. Or Michael Scott skating would probably get you there too. You know what I was thinking was the next logical step for my stream? I've kind of acknowledged that, you know, in any business... Oh! In any business, you gotta know your market. What's my market? White collar professionals. I gotta start streaming at 6 a.m. Eastern, or 6 a.m. Pacific time, man. That's the next logical step. 6 a.m. Pacific. You get that 9 a.m. Eastern time crowd. You get the, you know, afternoon European crowd. I just start getting up at like 3 a.m. to start stream at 6 a.m. Pacific. I wouldn't say I would never, but it's going to be like a while until that can come to pass. But like even 9 a.m. I feel like a psycho streamer. Like sometimes I get invited to events. Like I got invited to a Twitch Rivals recently, and I was like, "What time does it start?" That's not great. I'm not. You know what? Let's cancel it. Let's win the talent. If I pressed it fast enough. I didn't press it fast enough, did I? No, that's fine. And I said I can't do it. It's too late. You know what time it started at? 1 p.m. Pacific time. I was like, you crazy? You want me to start doing something at 1 p.m. Pacific? Like, I'm going to miss my bedtime. Like, call me when you start that. If you do a 10 a.m. Pacific Twitch Rivals, I'll be there. Assuming it's for a game that I have played before and enjoy. Oh, we scored a goal. What can I say? He's the best to ever do it. Assuming I can pick my competition? Yeah, absolutely. No other streamer would be awake. Well, that's the other thing, is like, this isn't on Rivals, but anytime I've done like an event with other streamers, it's like 95% of them are there right when it starts. And then there's just like 2 people who are like, sorry, my like DoorDash driver took too long. And I'm like, well, thanks to you. I don't see how that has to reflect on like the other 100 people in the event, but okay, I'm legally dead. That's bad. I need a trademark McShaggy deflection on that one. Okay, good try. McShaggy, get up. There's only 38 seconds left in the game. You can die later. Oh! I saw it. I needed it. No, 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 no! That's bad. Expert mode, kind of hard now, sure. I mean, I feel like my build was not that good either. Like, the play was okay, but the build was not that strong this time. I never felt particularly OP. I think I got one more in me. It might just be like a tape-to-tape day today. Feels good after taking some time off. It's fine. You got me 6-3. Here go 2 more for y'all. Throw your stick forward when shooting? I've never seen it before. It seems pretty bad. Let's try it. We'll put it on the one who doesn't throw his stick the rest of the time. And we just take the default stats. Give me the stats. It's the worst talent. I think the worst talent would be maybe juggling. -2. I just feel like my thing with juggling is that jugglers, they've ruined their own industry by being so good. Like there's juggler inflation now. Like I'm never impressed when I see juggling because they're always trying to like one up each other. Like if a random person was like, I can juggle 3 balls at the same time, I'd be like, that's pretty cool. I can do it as well because I was an only child. Had a lot of time on my own at home. But like when I see like someone busking, it does like you gotta light something on fire. You gotta do like machetes or something, bowling pins. Like it can't just be juggling. Like it has to be juggling where like if you mess up, like you're gonna get seriously hurt. And even then, I just sort of like I go, whoa, because I've never seen them mess up. Like they're too good. Maybe they make juggling look too easy, even though I'm sure it's really hard. I mean, I'm sure there's harder things. I'm just saying. Try juggle job, kids and a mortgage, then I'll be impressed. Dude, so true. Don't mess with Minnesotan moms. We know how to juggle. Juggle a job, a kid, and a mortgage at the same time. Oh, that's in the net. Never mind. Don't mess with a dad who drives a Dodge 1500. Don't mess with me right after I made my alimony payments. So I'm working on it, okay? Time for Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon's taking a little breather. I'm still like, I'm reasonably salty at that first boss fight. Something's not right with the tuning in Darkest Dungeon 2. The reason I say something's not right with the tuning is that everybody who saw me lose twice against the boss said, oh, the way you do this one is just damage over time. That doesn't sound like it plays to the strength of a roguelite to me. I feel like you should be able to make, like, a run should be capable of being won in a variety of different ways, which are influenced by the conditions of what led to the boss fight. But, like, literally when people are like, you lost against the boss, they're like, just use damage over time. That's the secret. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a bit of a snooze. How hype were the first 3D sports games? I'd say a lot of them have not aged that well, but at the time it was kind of amazing for sure. Little did we know that almost all of them would be exactly the same for the next 20 years. Early NHL, like 3D NHLs, I feel like 98 might have been the first 3D one, because 97 still had John Van Beesbroek on the cover. 98 was Peter Forsberg. I think that's where they made it three-dimensional on later platforms. It was pretty hype. Not very realistic, though. It played a little bit like this. And the 989 sports games, like, I forget what it was. I remember I saw it at an arcade once. Like, they had a PlayStation set up in the front of the arcade. And people actually thought it was, like, photorealistic. It's an arcade? People used to willfully... You know how, like, nowadays, like, if a game costs $1 on your phone, people are like, oh, greedy developers? Oops. Back in the day, it used to cost 25 cents per play. And we were happy to do it. We were like, Mom, Dad, can you drive me to the arcade, please? Some of them even cost $1. You want to play, like, Silent Scope? You need $1 on that one. You're literally playing this on a $5,000 machine. Yeah, but like, you could probably play it on a cheaper PC. I have to guess. I have to imagine. Oh, McShaggy! Well done. If we get some speed on our big guy too, like, it's cancel Christmas. Oh! It's not really my fault when my defensemen choose not to, you know, play far enough back, though. It's not like there's a menu where I can be like, yo, you know, you're a little too much like PK Subban now. If you could just chill out. You could be a little bit more Chris Pronger, please. X-ray shot on the defense, and we're going the distance. Ooh, spicy. PK Fire, so true. You think anyone's ever made a PK Fire reference to PK Subban? I'm going to say that probably not. Because I think he's around the same age as me, which means he could be familiar with Super Smash Bros. But I'm going to guess that as a hockey player, he probably didn't play much. Probably was too busy getting straight A's just for being good at hockey, and then also playing hockey, which takes up a lot of your time. Twitter has made everything a reference to everything. I guess PK Fire is not a... Well, I look at it as a Smash Bros. Reference, but I guess technically it's probably like an Earthbound thing. Pan nut, sorry. Also, thanks to Twitter, I think I have seen all of every Fast and Furious movie now. And honestly, I know that the viral thread of the weekend was like, when did the Fast and the Furious like jump the shark for you? Every single clip that I saw that was increasingly insane from the Fast and the Furious movies made me want to watch all of them that much more. I had seen where they use like a grappling hook to swing a car across a mountain while they're driving. I had not seen when they strapped 2 rockets to a car and shot the car into outer space and everybody lived. The shrinking rock in Vin Diesel, also very good. The one where Vin Diesel stomps on the ground and it makes a sinkhole that Jason Statham falls into. How about, well, there's a lot of good ones. Vin Diesel seeing that one of his family members is going to fall off of a car, so he smashes his car into another car so that person bounces off the car and is fine. Tyrese clearly being crushed to death by an armored truck falling on top of him, but then actually it fell just in front of him. I did see that there's a new one coming out, and it's supposed to be the last Fast and the Furious, but then I also saw Vin Diesel give an interview where he said the last chapter is so epic it might take 3 movies to tell the whole story. So who knows, man. But you know what? Godspeed. I don't know if it was like viral marketing for the Fast and the Furious movies, but it made me want to watch them for sure. I've seen Fast and the Furious a long, long time ago. I've seen Tokyo Drift, and I've seen parts of Hobbs and Shaw on the television. I will say though, I don't know if this band has been canceled, but the Teriyaki Boys song from Tokyo Drift goes crazy. You know the one. It goes like, I wonder if you know something, something, Tokyo, something, 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 something. I was on a Peloton ride recently. I'm not even being facetious. They should make a Fast and the Furiosa. They did. She was in Charlize Theron. She was in one, right? They brain jacked whatever Vin Diesel's character's named. I can't remember. Wesley. Wesley got mind jacked. He like forgot it was all about family for a while. Dom, that's it. Another great one was when Vin Diesel got shot in the back, but he reacts as if like someone tapped his shoulder. There's a lot of great clips. I mean, sending the car to space is just hilarious. He flexes a cast off his arm. Yo, but you could actually do that. I mean, I couldn't, but Vin Diesel could. That's downright believable. It's an honest question. Like, what does a hockey coach do? I was thinking about it, like, have there ever been any sports teams that just, like, there was a revolt and they ran coachless for a while? Because I feel like it'd be pretty easy to, like, get pissed off at, like, a middle-aged man with a beer belly being like, hey, like, Connor McDavid, you need to play better. I'd be like, okay, dude. Really? That might have gone in as well. Focus? Bro, I don't control the goalie. No coach has told McDavid he needs to play better. Well, it sounds like McDavid should just, like, be the coach. Shouldn't he be like, hey, guys, like, hey, once we, like, line up, pass me the puck? I know you're like, it's not that simple, but it seems to be that simple. Like, whenever I watch an Oilers game, as soon as they say Connor McDavid's name, there's like a 40% chance he scores within 3 seconds. After today, I never want to hear how your goalie cost you games. What are you talking about? Did you not see the goal he let in? The third goal was like, it was nothing. That was it. That was also it. McShaggy tip? The McShaggy tip? Bro, number 5, get out of here. Go, 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 go! Go! Look at the speed boost, though. Okay, take it. Get ready for a McShaggy tip. Bro, McShaggy! You're built to tip, dude. Get in front of the net. Holy cow, dude! It's a 10-on-0. Get him! What is this? I'm getting booed like crazy. This is the most entertaining game of ice hockey ever played. It's all one-timers and bone-crushing body checks. How could you boo this? Good! Didn't go with... I just got an achievement for, like, highest number of shots in a game. It's like 50 shots. Screw it. McShaggy, go, 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 go. It hit the dead body. I knew it was going to hit the dead body. Just pepper him. We're going to triple OT. Jesus Christ. 43 shots. 11 minutes on attack. 140. The hits are 149 to 1. Hey, Ivar 995. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Hope to give you something to cheer about. Thank you. No, no, no. You don't throw the puck in the net. This isn't baseball. How? It's because that we checked somebody right in front of the net. McShaggy, skate, skate. Bro, we got nobody back again. Help me. McShaggy's down. We can't do anything. He's our only offensive weapon. Oh! Most intense game ever played? How so many people watch your stream? Twitch chat unemployed like me? There's dozens of us. Hey, when you think about it, there's not like, it's not that many people watching the stream. Like if anything, I think I'm a little embarrassed that so few people watch. Because what do we got, like 7,000-ish viewers right now? And there's 7 billion people on planet Earth. So that means like 1 in 1,000 people is watching the stream right now. That's pretty low. That's like a 0.1%. I feel like we could definitely, like if we could get to 1%, that would feel a little bit better. I know it's like a pipe dream, but that's my goal in this industry. Did you guys know Elon Musk bought Twitter for $40 billion? There's 4 billion people on planet Earth. That means he could have given every single person on Earth $1 million instead of buying Twitter. Okay, everyone, oh, are you ever going to disrespect your goalie again? Yeah, I'm going to disrespect my goalie. I'll stop disrespecting him when he starts stopping some shots. Score the goal! Sanest hockey game attendee. Give him a little bump. Where's my large man? Hey, where's the dude who's... Excuse me, where's the dude who's supposed to stay between myself, my goalkeeper, and the furthest offender? I'm going to say I was probably controlling him, and as a result, I overrode his behavior. You just used him to run after the puck. All right, that sounds about right. Their defense is too strong, man. What am I supposed to do? They're all farting on me. I can't get close to the net. What a shot. That's going to make it harder. Yeah, maybe just like not having any defense is going to make it harder. What just happened? What just happened? It's over. There's no way we're coming back. Good rebound at least. I'll give you the credit on the rebound. He's eating glass. Holy cow. They're too good, man. Well, we'll slash marker. That's tape to tape 3. We're going to do SAP. It's been a while. It fits in that awkward, like, 35-minute time zone. For anybody that follows all of my content except streaming and tweeting, SAP is not dead. My daughter hasn't been in full-time daycare for, like, 4 weeks. One of those weeks we were on vacation. But then, like, the next week, we were pivoting daycares, and the new daycare was off for their vacation. The next week, she started going to the new daycare, but she hasn't built up to full-time yet. This week, she should get up to full-time. But it is taking a while. You go on vacation every 4 weeks? Yeah? You jealous? Last time I went on vacation was 2021. Yeah, but it's not my fault. That's not on me. I hope. If that's on me, you gotta cancel your subscription. You gotta take care of yourself. People always be like, the real enemy under capitalism is not your neighbor. It's the billionaire. Until they see one dude wearing some Banana Republic shorts, and then all of a sudden it's like, where's my Banana Republic shorts? He will not divide us, okay? Bad start. Okay, I immediately want to pivot every future run to Woodpecker as soon as possible. You got me? Have you been playing it off stream on mobile? I played one off-stream run. No puppy, please. On the weekend. We were pretty tapped this weekend. We were doing lots of fun family stuff. Even yesterday, you know, we woke up, worked out, ate breakfast. It's Mother's Day. Went to the mall to do some Mother's Day shopping. Left the mall, went to the toy store because you can't just get mom a present. When you got a kid, you got to get the kid a present too. Went to the other mall. We went to Lougheed Mall. Went to Hanam's supermarket. Got, you know, ate lunch down there. Like, we left at like 11. We didn't get home until like 4. Called my mom for Mother's Day. Said, hi, Mom. She said, hi. You know what's crazy is I don't know if like a lot of people have ever thought about this. And I'm not trying to like start any controversy or something like that. But like, why is it okay that there's like a Mother's Day, but there's no day for fathers? You know? Like, I get it, but at the same time, like, it would be nice if there was just like an equivalent day, like a dad's day or something like that. A lot of people won't say it. I'm not saying it to take away from Mother's Day. I'm just simply saying it to... Who's gonna tell them? What, the 4th of July? I mean, dads have a lot of fun on the 4th of July. I don't necessarily think it's Dad's Day, though. It's like America's Day. Dude, your turtle. Oh, your turtle. He went in... You know what I was thinking? You know what's a good bit? It's a tweet... It's something like me. Okay, you gotta go to do this bit. You gotta go to Wikipedia and then look up whoever invented lead paint. Okay. So the tweet would be like me, open parentheses, guy who invented lead paint, dying peacefully in my sleep, surrounded by my family at age 80. Recognized as a hero by the painting industry, open parentheses, they won't discover that it led to brain defects for 25 years after my death. I think that tweet, if you phrased it in the proper Chibli phrasing, could absolutely work. Needs work, but yeah. I was thinking about, isn't that like the dude invented lead paint? And he was probably like a hero. He was a damn hero. Got rich, was renowned as a pillar of the community, and then like, I don't even want to know how many deaths that guy's responsible for. No, but nobody knew. Nobody knew. It's like the dude who invented like putting asbestos in like ceilings and stuff like that as insulation. Father, you've lived a good life. You brought warmer houses and cheaper energy bills to billions of people worldwide. No one can question your legacy. 55 years later, son of a bitch! Was one of history's greatest monsters, man. Accidentally, but still. I just think the idea is humorous. That, like, you know, time really, it changes things, man. The dude who invented lead paint went from being like the president of the United Way to like, you know, one of history's most maligned inventors. Really makes you think. Time is a bald circle. It's very true. What's his name? Rust Cole? His name is Thomas Midgley Jr. Twitter, do your thing. His name is Thomas Midgley Jr. What did this guy do? This scumbag? Oh, he invented lead paint. Oh, shit. You got me. What about the guy who invented lead? Such a stupid joke. I was gonna say, you know his name is Paul Blart. Just because lead is PB. My head, this was the exact thought process. My head went, come up with a famous person whose initials are PB. And I said, peanut butter? No, that won't work. Paul Blart. The most famous dude with PB as his initials. He wasn't just a mall cop. That's a common misconception. It's crazy that there was like a time where I thought I was washed. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I'm washed. Pablo Picasso. It's still crazy to... Paul Bettany, that would have been so much better. It's so crazy to me that Pablo Picasso is not from like the 1700s. Be like a moody streamer. Dude died in like 1961 or something like that. I thought he was like huffing ether with Leonardo da Vinci and Ezio Auditore. Pablo Picasso's younger than my grandparents? Wasn't he born in like 1880? Who's your grandparents? Like Methuselah? That can't even be possible, right? When was he born? 1881? There's no way. Okay. I think you were making it up, and I support that, because misinformation can be funny sometimes. Oh no, I'm weak. Just kidding. I'm as strong as I've ever been. I'm stronger than yesterday. Now it's nothing but my way. My loneliness ain't killing me no more. I think that's how it goes. Haven't done my 30-minute Britney Spears ride in a little bit. I got nothing against Queen Britney. I support good music of all stars and stripes. Which is why I will not do the new Ed Sheeran outdoor walks, now available on Peloton Digital. Oops. They do have outdoor walking. Listen, I'm not a fitness gatekeeper anymore. Mostly because I realized how annoying it was. That, like, you know, the results speak for themselves, but still every day there's people that are like, wait, let me get this straight. You pay to use an exercise bike? It's just a window into my insanity. I remember the Peloton recall was posted on my subreddit, of all places. And then somebody made a post that was like 22 million people really got suckered into paying $2,000 for an exercise bike, crying emoji. And then I went slime mode and went into their Reddit history. And like their first post before that was like a post being like, please help me. I am having serious problems with my wife. And I was like, I've gone too far. I was gonna reply and be like, fuck you, buddy. Then I went into the Reddit post and was like, no, he's giving me too much. I can't be that guy. But you gotta be careful if you're being that smug online that you haven't like left your vulnerable core wide open. I'm just saying you have to be careful. That's all I said, is you gotta be careful. I didn't say anything else. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not your dad. I knew your dad. It would have been a fantastic burn. Yeah, but it wasn't appropriate. I mean, all he did was insult the Peloton. I don't work for Peloton. I just own one. Anyway, long story short. Even despite everything I just said, it is funny to me that the Peloton has outdoor walks. Because it just seems like why? Like, and I'm sure, listen, I like all the other services they offer. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna go for a little walk? This guy's very strong, oh no. But you're gonna be like, I need some motivation to go for my walk? Let me hear it. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you. I'm just basically the dictionary definition of a hater right now. I'm just... Holy cow, we got a chance. I missed it. Are you getting a new free Peloton? It's just the seat. It's just the seat that is the recall. Hey, honey, what's that? Here, let me see. Oh, it's a letter for Mickey Mouse? Yes. Okay. Yes, wow, that's so cool. You're gonna turn my fan off? Yes. It's a little too hot? Oh, it's a little too cold. Okay, I was gonna backseat you a little bit, but you got it all figured out. How was daycare today? Oh, you cried about mommy? That's okay. Then mommy came and picked you up, right? You got a new water bottle too? What a day. Oh no, my squad's falling apart. Your new water bottle too?
Yeah.
That's amazing, honey.
I dropped the cupcake.
There is a cupcake on the screen.
Yeah. Can feed it to the turtle.
Can't feed it to the turtle?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a sound strategy, honestly.
That one, the cupcake. I turned it to a conch.
It turned into a piece of watermelon, right?
No, conch.
Turned into a what?
Conch.
I don't know what she's saying. She said it turned into a conch? A skunk!
Yeah.
Ah, a skunk, of course.
Oh, Tomo. Tomo was in my room.
Tomo, he made like a mad dash for it.
Oh. Oh, my daughter.
Love you,
So cute. Did you know we figured out, well, Kate figured out, with the help of her audience, what Mad Moon was? Apparently it's Nightmare Moon, a character from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, which is something, I don't know if she's watching like the original, but there's like some videos on YouTube she's been watching. She likes the ponies.
Yeah, and then the library posted it on his feed, and then I got insulted by a random commenter saying parasocial.
Any response, librarian?
YouTube.
It is YouTube.
It is YouTube.
You know, Daddy is like a king of YouTube. That's what it is.
Daddy, he's had his moments. King, I don't know. Be like a duke. Maybe be like a kick duke. There's a bug. That's not a bug. That's just some dust, honey. Don't worry. It's just a little dust. I'm not kidding you. I wouldn't kid you about a bug. I know that's serious business.
Anyway, the time when I pick her up in the new daycare,
Yeah.
I'm going in with the mindset of like, how will she backseat me today? And then,
Thank you, Yu Watanabe, for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you, thank you.
excuse me, I got blamed for parasocial, not Ryan. Anyways, and then the daycare lady today when I picked her up was like, "Oh, make sure you have ice pack." I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
I had an ice pack last time, but she didn't say anything, so I didn't put it today. And then they were like, "Make sure you have ice pack." And then also there was too much pasta, put like 30% less, and then have free yogurt, but no fruit.
No fruits, okay. Well, it looks like we're going to be eating a lot of mangoes then.
And then no, but mango is like separate. And then I asked her, "Did you eat mango today?" And she said no. And I said, "Did the daycare lady give you a mango?" And she said, "Yes, but I left it on the table so Ruka can eat it."
This is a great approximation, by the way, when people are like, oh, your kid's been out of daycare. Like, why can't you just find like 30 minutes a day to play Super Auto Pets for YouTube? First off, the sap is less important to me than the well-being of my child and my family. But secondly, like, look at how the environment changes once she's home from daycare.
And then she said, expect the full daycare next week, Monday.
Oh my God.
I thought it was gonna start like Wednesday, but then she's like, she did really well today, but she didn't like to go outside. And then I asked her, why did you not want to go outside? And then she said, I want to go outside with mommy.
I'm telling you, it's we got to open our own daycare in Vancouver. We'll distinguish ourselves from the competition by being open from 8 to 5 days a week. It'll completely change the game. We will outcompete the rest of them in under 5 years. I'm telling you, one day, like a corporate daycare chain is gonna move into Vancouver, and
I hope so.
and then it's gonna be a different situation. Let me just put it that way. It's gonna be a different situation. Okay, I will be out in 7 minutes, so that we are.
Don't step on the cords. Don't step on the
Honey, you gotta step over it, okay? Yeah, you can do a walk over that one. That's fine. Wow. That was pretty good.
I did that.
I know you jumped over it. Great job.
So that's why there's been no SAP videos for a bit. I guess he doesn't like the Yeonmi Park memes. Brother, I don't know what to tell you. Every day there's a new person that's famous for being stupid, and everybody, it seems like at least everybody online is immediately familiar with them after 48 hours. If you touch grass, you're 17 memes behind. Like I'm like derelict by meme status at this point. I didn't sit down on my computer. Well, I sat down on my computer once this weekend. I typed peepo giggle. I got roasted for typing peepo giggle. Started an argument about class consciousness. All I did was type an emote. Everything's so political these days. People just don't wanna work these days. Why would they? You raise a good point, I guess. I think people like would want to work more if the jobs, like a lot of them just sort of suck. Like, did you see the insane thread going around where the dude said like everybody in America is like high on pot 24/7 now? And then like he said like he went to the dispensary to get a pipe cleaner to clean his tobacco pipe, but they don't let you buy something for only $2. You have to at least spend $5 to use your card. So he ended up buying a CBD gummy. He said, like, I took it and flash forward to 3 a.m. Oh, hi. I don't know. It looks like some dipping sauce, right? No? Okay. He's like, flash forward to 3 a.m. I'm having like a near-death experience in bed. So that's funny, like for obvious reasons to begin with. But then also somebody in the replies was like, dude, this is so true. I went to a corporate cell phone store. I had the number of wins wrong, by the way. But I had the number of sorry, my brain is so fried from my CBD gummy. I went to a corporate cell phone store, and when I walked in, there was nobody there. And then when I opened the door to the back room, 6 of them were in there smoking weed. First off, no, you didn't. Like, you definitely did not open the door to the back room. That's, like, psychotic. But, like, also, who cares if they smoke weed, bro? The job is easy and it sucks. Why shouldn't they be high working at, like, a Sprint mobile kiosk in, like, a strip mall? Like, who cares? We're like the forerunners over here in Vancouver. Like, you know how many, I just assume that like pretty much everybody who serves me, that's phrasing could have been better. But I mean like as a waiter or a waitress, I'm like, I just assume they've been high since like 2012. And why wouldn't you be? You know, like I'm sure it's not your ideal 8 hours is to like take orders from other people. So you don't have to be like on your A game to, you know, if you work at like a pub, you're like, oh, they all want beers. You know, it's relatively easy to remember. I don't care if you're high or you got like AirPods in or whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. He's beating the not based allegations. I will say though, we did go to a restaurant this weekend. We had some truly horrendous service. So maybe I'm not beating the based allegations. So I only left a 10% tip. Like that's just enough to make both North Americans and Europeans angry. What happened? Well, let me tell you what happened, okay? It's a strong squad there. It was a pub. We had our kid with us, so we're the assholes already. I'll save you having to write it. We waited, let's try this. 10 minutes before they even took our order. When they took our order, we ordered some chicken tenders for our child, and then 2 entrees, one for my wife, one for myself. They said, do you want the chicken tenders to come out first, or do you want them to come out all at once? We said all at once. The chicken tenders came out first. Okay, it's not a major problem. To drink, I had a Diet Pepsi. Finished it within a minute and a half. No refills even came to offer for the rest of the dining experience. Okay, all these things on their own, not so bad, but in aggregate, when they brought the entrees, we didn't have any cutlery. My wife said, can we get some cutlery? The guy said, okay, sure. Another 5-6 minutes until the cutlery came out. So we're just sitting there like looking at the food, but not being able to eat it. Then, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know, just take a polar bear. Then, when they came over, they said, can we get you anything else? This is after we finished. And I said, can I have the bill? Waited like 15 minutes. And then, like, to the point where we were like, maybe we should just pay with cash and, like, leave before, like, the server comes back. And then she came back and was like, can I get you anything else? And I said, the bill? And she said, oh, right, the bill. Then when I got the machine, she was like, the weather's so nice. Are you guys doing anything fun today? And I was like, not really. You had your chance. Sorry, but it's true. So basically nothing bad happened. What do you expect? I was going to be like the waitress pulled out a gun and shot us? Like, nothing bad happened to them either. They got 10% more of a tip than they should have gotten. All right. I have to go. Even my wife will not be live right after this because she's at the meeting with me. We're going to have this meeting and then she'll go live. So I'm going to slash marker that sap. And I'm just, it's weird. I'm just going to hit like the go offline button and then maybe like I'll raid her in 20 minutes or something, even though I've been offline for 20 minutes. I don't know. See you tomorrow. Later.
So I was like, I just wanted to share with my subbies about extra information that I was able to dig out from Luna, what the med moon was. And then Library took a screenshot of it and then posted it on his YouTube channel feed. And I'm like, I think all's good, honestly. I think the person who said parasocial is the problem, honestly. Because, first of all, it's not me doing that on my YouTube channel. It's like fan YouTube channel screenshotting and posting. And so, like, posting parasocial there has, like, makes no sense. And second of all, like, I think they need to, like, know... I think some people, they're extremely sensitive, and despite it's not their kid, they're like, you know how some people get really worked up about something that's not even their issue? And I think that's what's happening. It's like, yes, she's not my daughter. Yes, it's not parasocial, but I'm gonna type parasocial. Poor Luna. Oh, how dare Kate to share few photos of her on the internet. On the internet with Ryan holding her having fun time at the Jurassic Quest. How dare she? Yes, because no other parents in the world do not share a single photo of their child. Do I make like a vlog series of Luna? Do I dedicate my whole content about her? No, I'm not. Like, parasocial is like basically like selling your own child without your child fully understanding what's happening. And I'm like, I am not selling my child. If anything, Yu Watanabe is selling my child. He's screenshotting the photos that I took for our good times, and then he's photoshopping it to make it really funny YouTube thumbnails. Caring for your daughter do be parasocial nowadays. I think people who are hypersensitive, they should just relax. Just relax. If I start vlogging and it's like and I title it "What did Luna do today?" What Luna ate today? What how many poopy diapers she made? If it's like literally just content solely for her and I make it, then I admit you gotta be parasocial right there. But when I'm bantering and you know, like obviously she's part of my life and about her time to time show up and I talk about it and my content is not solely based on her at all, honestly. And someone goes like, glimpse of your own child, parasocial. Isn't parasocial like knowing so much about people's lives that you think you're the streamer's friend? It could be, I mean, it's like that, but also, like, when you're basically, you know, like exposing your child to the internet, but, like, she doesn't know, like, she's too young to understand what's happening, you know, like, that becomes parasocial too. His viewers know his videos better than he does. It's so true. You would not believe how often fans come up to us during convention and then they legit start with like, "Hi, you're northernlion, right?" And then Ryan goes like, "Oh yeah, hi, nice to meet you." And then they go like, "Yeah, I just want to quickly say on episode 831 you should have bought the bomb instead of the blue heart, cuz like if you did like that would have totally saved your run." And then we go like, "Oh, thank you." And then they go like, okay, by the way, can I take a photo with you guys?" And we're like, "Oh, okay." And then we do photo. So often it happens. But like my favorite is just like someone's just walking past us and we can't even see their face, but they just go, "Northernlion, I love you!" And then we go like, what? Who said that? And then you just never know who said it. They just walk past us and they just go like, "Northernlion, I love you!" Or like, "We love you!" And then, which one was it? We were at the grocery store or something, right? And then, like, he checked us out and then he said, "Oh, by the way, I like your YouTube channel." And then we looked at each other and we, like, almost poop our pants. That was a horror movie. That was way too scary. Like, he like, beep, beep, oh, banana, beep, orange, beep. And then he got all the groceries put together and then he goes like, "You're like $38, please." And then we go like, "Oh, here you go." And then he goes like, "Boop, here's the receipt. By the way, I like your YouTube channel." And then we were like, that was so scary. And then we were like, "Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, so scary. Get the heck out of here." He was probably so nervous to say something. We were so scared though. It was like, it was a horror movie. I don't know how to explain it. Like the Scream. He calls you and he knows, like, he says like, "I know what you did in last summer," or something like that. It was almost like that. It had the same vibe. You know what I mean? Like, we were just like, "Oh, relaxing," and it was like, "I know what you do." Kind of, it was that kind of vibe. I don't know. It was a little scary. What's the right choice? Can you outline your ideal fan interaction for reference? Okay, majority of the fan interaction, I would say 88%, goes like this. "Hi, are you northernlion?"
Yeah. Oh my gosh, huge fan. Is it okay if I take a photo with you guys? Yeah, sure. Click. Wow. Great. Keep doing what you're doing. I love your content. Bye. That's it. That's right there. Right there. Right there. 10 out of 10. And we had that when we went to Disneyland. It was crazy. We were like, it was pouring, it was the storm, and then a guy showed up and was like, yo, Northernlion? And then Ryan was like, yeah. And like, whoa, so cool. It's so weird to like meet you here in Disneyland. And then we were like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, like, mind if I take a photo with you guys? And then we were like, oh no, let's take a photo. And then what's crazy was like, as we were moving around in Disneyland, we kept seeing him and we kept waving hi. It was a good time. Have y'all ever asked to sign something for a fan? Yes. And then Ryan used like legal sign, and I told him, Ryan, you cannot use your legal sign on these things. Some person might turn evil and they might forge your sign and they might forge document because of that. You can't do that. And then Ryan's like, you know what, you're right. And so he changed the sign to just Northernlion. But I do be just writing lovely Momo Kate. And then Ryan do be, well, actually sometimes if he likes you, he will draw the egg face. He will draw the circle and the weird glasses and the 2 dots to make his face. Egg face if he likes you. Yeah, it's so true. If he doesn't draw it, it's so over for you. If he doesn't draw the egg face, so over. The end. Friendship ended. But I mean, we're like super friendly. Even if you get really nervous, and then like I would say 5% of fan interaction, they get so rattled, they're like starstruck, and then they're like, oh my gosh, Nolan Lion, huge fan. Have a good day. And then Ryan stops them and then go like, oh, by the way, do you want to take a photo with us? And then they go like, oh my gosh, yeah, that would be amazing. Oh my gosh. And then like their hands shaking. So it's like, we're not stranger as long as you're not a stranger to us. Have you ever met a famous person you're a fan of? Jeremy. Jeremy. I haven't watched his stuff for a long time, but the Jeremy, the movie guy. No, he's the movie reviewer. Jeremy Johns. He has 1.9 subscribers, 1.9 million, dude. You have never seen this guy? He's a funny movie reviewer. I like him. He seems like a nice guy. And then he was at PAX West, I believe. We were just walking around, and then I saw him. I didn't know he was gonna attend PAX West, but then like right next to me, he was like walking by. He was super tall, and then I went like, Ryan, it's Jeremy. Oh my god, it's Jeremy. And then Ryan was like, who's that? And then I was like, the movie review guy. And then Ryan said, oh, why don't you go there and say hi? And I'm like, no, I can't do that. I'm too nervous. I can't do that. You're crazy. And then I just like from afar, I was like, oh, hi. And then that was it. That's the only famous person I saw that I went like, holy moly. And then I saw Sonic on PAX West. And I was like, oh my god, it's Sonic. And then Ryan was like, do you want to take a photo with Sonic? And I said, no way, I'm too scared. I can't do that. I'm too nervous. And then, I don't know if I actually took a photo with Sonic or not. It was a guy in a costume. Yeah, but it was Sonic! It was Sonic! I'm not saying he was the Sonic, but he was Sonic! Bro, how does she go to Disneyland? Bro! I don't go to... that's me. That's me in Disneyland too. And I go, oh my god, it's Mickey Mouse! Oh my god, it's Mickey Mouse! Oh my gosh! And then I freak out. I freak out every time. Have you ever met Santa? I did meet Santa in one of the Christmas dinner and Mrs. Claus. But to be honest, I'm little, like, I don't really like Santa. Cause when I was 11 years old, Santa Claus gave me Ice Age 2 DVD, which I did not want. Later on, obviously, I realized it was my parents. Also, when I was, like, it was so sad. When I was, like, I don't know, like, grade 2, like, so when I was, like, 8 years old, I found Game Boy Color in, like, in my mom's closet. And I was like, Game Boy Color. That's what I told her I wanted. But there is Santa Claus. So maybe I'll get this Game Boy Color and then something from Santa Claus. And then I played with the Game Boy Color every day until it was Christmas Eve. And I put everything back in the box. Just the way it was. And then when I woke up, I was kind of hoping for a Game Boy Color and the present from Santa, but it was just Game Boy Color. And with the same save file and everything. And I was like, no Santa! It's the same Game Boy Color that I've been playing the whole time! Ever since then, the Santa Claus got ruined. And then I also hated that when I got to grade 8, I had to respond to, like, the Christmas cards that the younger kids wrote. So, like, they wrote a bunch of Christmas, like, letters to Santa Claus. And then I had to start my letter saying, like, hello, Santa Claus is extremely busy, so I'm a working elf. And here I will be answering your question or whatever. And I was like, what the heck, man? Now, because of Santa Claus, I have to write these letters, like fake letters? You really think Santa come on Christmas? I did when I was young. You guys didn't do that? You guys, like, didn't write the replies to the Christmas cards that the little kids wrote? Oh. Even Ryan did that. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. It's like the postal code is like HOHOHO. It's ho ho ho. HOHOHO. Even Ryan, cause Ryan went to school in Ontario and I went to school in BC. So, like, it's huge distance between two of us, and he wrote the replies to Christmas card when he was young, and I also wrote the Christmas cards when I was young. Yeah, it's like North Pole ho ho ho. Like, that's the postal code. I remember it's like to Santa Claus, North Pole ho ho ho, or something like that. And then, like, I had to start my letter saying, like, oh, Santa Claus is busy, but I'm a helping elf. You really talk Santa like that? No, man! If you go to Canada Post and you search for Santa Claus's address and postal code, it shows you, it gives you the address with the postal code and everything. The US address is 123 Elf Road, North Pole 88888. Wait, is that true? Why is it 8s? Why are there so many 8s? What is that? That's... Here, hold on. Santa Claus, North Pole, H0H0H0 Canada. I was like 1000% right. Nothing, I missed it. To Santa Claus, North Pole, ho ho ho, Canada. I think US address is an L. 123 Elf Road, North Pole. What is this? 88888? What is this 8 for? Is it supposed to be like snowman? UK Santa is Father Christmas, Santa's Grotto, Reindeerland, Xmas HQ. Yo, the postal code is actually better though. Xmas HQ. So it's like Christmas HQ. That makes more sense than me thinking it was an edgy postcard. No, it's Xmas. XM, like 4 is A and 5 is S. Like Christmas HQ, headquarter. Yo, UK, I give you number 2 spot. Number one definitely is Canada, Santa Claus North Pole. Ho ho ho. Super simple. You can't even miss it. UK little complicated. Santa's Grotto Reindeer Land. You know that's a little complicated, but I like the postal code. XM45HQ. Christmas HQ. But then US, that's an L. 123 Elf Road? Excuse me? Santa Claus live on the road? I don't think so. North Pole. And then I don't even know. Postal code is just 8. Postal code, yeah. Isn't it? What? What? Oh my god. Postal code. Postal code. My bad. My bad. Parasocial. People talk. You did shatter my reality.
What is it? My libido's gone berserk. I don't wanna go to work. I don't want nothing to eat. Driving up and down the street, but only 2 weeks ago. 2, 3, you said you'd never leave me. 2, 3, 4, but here I am alone. 1, 2, then in this world of reckless happenstance, why do good things have to go away? 2, 3, and leave you with nothing. 2, 3, 4, and she left me with nothing. If you know the words, sing along. You ever listen to Prozac, man? That was a song, dude.